works with swipe. You know, if I just want to do swipe between the images, it works with that as well. You're going to say, oh, that's okay. Works at that size, but what about if I've got like a Galaxy or an iPhone 5? Well, you can actually see they're totally responsive designs that we're building. So that you can see under here, I'm currently looking at this at about the size of an iPhone 5. Let's see, so on an iPhone 4, you don't have to scroll. On a Galaxy, so a Galaxy S3 is like a slightly bigger resolution screen. What's going to happen is my slideshow, what's going to happen to it? Well, it just resizes out to the right size for the phone. So you can see really, really simple inside Muse. I can take content without writing any code. I can put forms on there, I can put e-commerce on there, I can link this up, I can publish this now to one of my 5 free business catalyst sites that I get free with the Creative Cloud, and I can start adding e-commerce to those sites. I can start adding, you know, whatever I want to them. So it's sort of pretty cool. So that's Muse. And then I just wanted to finish off really, really quickly by talking about a couple of the Edge tools and services. Probably my favourite of those. So there's a whole bunch of Edge tools and services that we've released. These are tools that are designed for web developers and designers to be able to add to their workflow to do different things about building the web. There's what, 7 tools and services in all. I'm just going to show you a couple of them very, very quickly. Edge Animate is probably the one that is my favourite, and customers are really loving. It's a tool that enables you to build animation and interaction on the web in HTML5. When I first open up Edge Animate, you'll notice that I've got these little bits on the side here. These are tutorials. They're not actually just videos. They're actually projects. If I click on one of those, it opens up in a project inside Edge Animate, and I step through. I do the things, and it tells me what to do next, so that I can learn all of the features. Really, really cool interactive way of learning the product. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a new file. And you can see on here I've sort of got the properties of whatever I have selected down here. I've got the stage. This is what I'm going to put onto my web page that's going to be cool. Things flying around, awesome. Over here, I've sort of got, you know, library and assets and things. If you work in something like Flash, that's really obvious. And down the bottom is my timeline. So if you work in After Effects or Flash, that's sort of really cool. Let's build something. I've got some tools up the top up here. There's very few tools, actually. There's a rectangle tool, a rounded rectangle tool, a ellipse tool, and a text tool. I'm just going to grab the rounded rectangle tool, draw a little space shape in here, come into the corners. Let's just increase the corners. Let's go and change the background colour. Let's add a border colour on here. Let's make it really tastefully ugly. Let's make that solid, maybe make it a few pixels wider. What did I just do? Okay, it might look like I just drew a rounded edge rectangle, or rounded corner rectangle. What I actually did was write CSS. I wrote a div with a background colour, with a border colour, a border thickness, rounded corners. This is all HTML, and if I wanted to animate this now, so really simple, let's do a really bad animation. A lot of people, when they think about animation, just think about things moving, like this. Animation like that is just moving 2 values, the X and the Y value. That's all you're doing when you do this. Because this is CSS, I can actually animate any property of that element. It could be its opacity, it could be the background color, it could be, you know, its skew, its scale, its percentage, its origin. All of these different elements of it, I can animate over time. So let me give you an example. If I wanted to, I'll just do the left and top. Typical animation, so I've added 2 keyframes. I'm going to come along the timeline to maybe 2 seconds. Let's just move it down to there, and you'll see that it's done that animation for me. If I play it inside here, it's just animating down. If I want to see it in a web browser, I just hit Command Enter. There it is running in a web browser, and it's running as HTML5. So it's going to run on my iPad, my iPhone, anywhere that I want to create. That's the world's worst animation. You get that, don't you? Like you would never build that on a web page. But you get the idea that it's that simple to be able to animate. If I right mouse click on here, I can go to easing. I might want to do something like ease in, ease out. Let's do something like elastic. That would be so cool. We do elastic, it's sort of like, and then we run it, boom, boom. You know, you get the idea. It's really bad. But I can do that with images, I can do it with text, I can do it with video. And in fact, what's really cool, I'm going to open up a file now. Let's close this one down. I'm going to open up a file now, which is not an Edge Animate file. I'm going to come into here, so into Animate, this is going to HTML. This is an HTML file. It's just a normal web page. It's got a few images, it's got a few, font CSS, etc. Let's just open that up so you can see what it looks like. Here it is running inside a browser. It's just a normal, everyday web page. Nothing exciting about it. Pretty boring. This is the sort of stuff that web designers building dozens of them a day. What I can do is take that file. I'm just going to drag that file onto Edge Animate. And that's now going to go through that file, and here it is, here's that HTML file sitting inside Edge Animate. If I look up inside here, I've got all of the different elements of that HTML file, and I can now animate any of those. So if I come down here, say for example,